Hello,
Hello, sir.
Avinash.
How are you?
How is going? How you
Good, sir.
doing?
Good, sir.
Great.
Good
Good
with
to
you.
know. I'm good.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very
Yes,
much
sir.
for asking. Okay, great. So, hey, how are you, Arun Teja? Doing good?
I'm good. I'm good, sir. Thank you. How are you,
Okay,
sir?
great. Good to know. Wonderful.
Yes, sir.
So, any question from the last lecture?
No, sir.
Okay. So let's wait for 2 more minutes so that other participants should also join, and then we'll start our discussion.
Yes, sir.
Okay, who is this? Manthan is here. Hello, Manthan. How are you doing? Good to see you. Okay, so let's start our today's discussion. So, Arun Teja, can you tell us that what were we doing yesterday? What did we do yesterday? Yes.
Uh, we yesterday we have done how to use magic getters and magic setters. How
Okay.
to and and try try and catch this. These functions we used more.
Okay. Avinash, would you like to tell us that what did we do yesterday?
Same, sir. The magic cutters and the magic setters are
So
there.
this is something you know Arun Teja has mentioned. So would you like to mention something else also we did yesterday?
Refactoring
Now,
uh, the hierarchy one.
what is the
To cut
name?
to cut short the code, we need a separate class so that we can use again and again.
So what is this
Hierarchy,
concept called?
hierarchy,
Idea of inheritance.
Inheritance.
inheritance. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we discussed inheritance yesterday,
Yes,
right? So
yes.
inheritance, right? So Dinesh, would you like telling us that what is inheritance?
Uh, so we can get the attributes and all the functions of one particular class inside another class. So that we can create a class from another class. We can like inherit our parent class into a child class.
Yeah, would you
Concept,
like to elaborate it a little bit more?
um, using inheritance, we can reuse the particular template in the class process. So that's what the inheritance
So the basic idea is that we can put the common code in a parent class, and we can
is.
use that code by inheritance from that parent class to the children
Child
classes,
class. Yeah. Yeah.
right? So this is the idea. Okay, so give me a minute. Let me mark. Today is 17th. Okay, who is there? Okay. 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 Arun Teja. Right. And okay. Uh, Ankit is here already.
No.
Okay. Right. Okay. Shiriyesh. Hey, Shiriyesh. Yesh.
Yes, sir.
Hey, what did we study yesterday?
We created the setter class, get and set that method.
What else?
Yeah, we created that inherited class.
Right. We demonstrated the concept of inheritance also. Very good. Just a minute. Okay. Do we have Ankit right now? No. Okay. So let's start and let me share my notepad first with you. Who is there? Ankit is here. Let me have him also. Hey Ankit,
Hello, sir.
how are you doing?
Good. How are you?
Okay, great. Good to see you. So what did we do yesterday?
Yesterday, we have set getters and setters under the class.
Okay. What else?
And I think that's all.
Didn't we do magic getters, magic setters?
Yeah.
And we also did inheritance,
Yes.
right? So would you like to tell us what is inheritance?
Yeah. Inheritance is nothing but like calling one's function in another method. Like
No. Inheritance is little more than that, I believe.
child inherits features and functions
Yeah,
of the
child class inherits features of the parent class,
parents, like
right?
extended class we can use.
Right. So let me make this drawing for you, and let me use some different classes, right? So that you can understand that what's happening here. So share screen, share. Okay, let me put my one note here. And this is object-oriented design and programming, right? And add, right? Say for example, I have a user class. And I have a customer class. And I have a client, a team member class, or maybe worker class, staff member class. Right? Now, customer and staff member both have certain features in common, right? So for example, both would have names, both would have email addresses, both would have some telephone number associated with them. Both can browse the items available in the store, right? Customer can buy the item, staff member cannot buy the items, right? Staff member can stock the items, right? Whereas customer cannot stock the items, right? Staff member can see the purchases of any customer by looking through credit card maybe. Customer cannot do so, right? So there are certain things which are common between customer and staff, and there are certain things which are exquisite for customer, and there are certain other things which are exquisite for the staff. Can you understand this thing at least, right? So what can we do here is that we can put the common features of both customer and staff class into another class with the name user. So those common features are gonna go and sit here. And we say that our customer class and our staff class would inherit from the user class. Right? So basically all the common code, right? Whatever the common code is going to go and sit in the user class. And then we can inherit from the user class into customer class and staff class. And we can give their distinctive features in the respective classes. Right? Hello, everybody.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, bro.
Right? Have you got it? Got the idea?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, great. So once said this thing, another thing I want to tell you that inheritance is our relationship or is an relationship. Let me write this thing over here. So let me write inheritance inheritance is a or is an is a relationship. What do you mean by this? This is very, very important to understand. Customer is a user also, right? Because customer has its own features which are distinctive, but customer has all those features which are present in the user. So customer is a user. Staff is also a user, right? So basically inheritance, always remember, inheritance is a relationship. Have you got the idea? Any question about it? Please do ask question if there is any.
Could you please repeat it, sir?
Yeah. My dear, look, a customer would have all the features of user, right?
Yes, sir.
So customer by itself is also a user,
Yes.
right? Customer by itself is also a user. Similarly, staff would have all the features of user.
Yes, sir.
So staff is also a user.
Yes.
So that is the reason that we say that inheritance is a relationship. Right? What is that? It is a relationship. So a customer is a user, a staff is a user. Got it?
Okay, sir.
There is another relationship I will teach you, that is composition, and that is has a relationship. Something is contained into it, right? Has a relationship. That is different, right? But inheritance by itself, always remember, is what? Is a relationship. But always remember, no matter how fancy inheritance look like, but the concept of inheritance is not at all superior to the concept of abstraction. Why? Because once you can abstract something, you should not make inheritance. What do we mean by that, right? Say, for example, I come over here. Say I have a class with the name student. So say this is a class with the name student, right? And we want to inherit from here maybe a male student and a female student. right? Say they have all the things common, they can do everything same, they can, a male student can register, a female student can register, right? A male student can't see the results, right? Female student can see the result. A male student can send the, some request. Female student can send the same request, right? But their genders are different, right? So sometimes, once people learn inheritance, they have this tendency, okay, let's make a attribute gender over here. So this gender is male and here gender is female. So let's make it a separate class. No, this is a very big no. Why? Because this thing you can accomplish just by introducing an attribute over here with the name gender and assign it a value male or female. And you can tackle it within this class, right? So in this case, you should never, let me pick a big, never make it into inheritance. So it is a very common thing, or you can say a very common issue, that once people start understanding inheritance, they try to make everything into inheritance, right? But they forget about this thing, that no matter how fancy the concept of inheritance is, it is not at all superior to the concept of abstraction, right? So what is abstraction? Abstraction is that you abstract the things into a class. So if they have all the common things, right, they are not behaving differently, right, and you can abstract them by giving an attribute or something like that, or maybe by passing a parameter. You must make it into one class, right? But if there are certain things, for example, we come over here, another example. Say for example, you have over here a student class, and say you want to inherit from here into a graduate student, and maybe over here an undergrad student, right? So if they have all the features, then definitely this inheritance is also wrong. But if there are certain features, like for example, a graduate student can apply for a scholarship. An undergrad student cannot apply for the scholarship, but he can apply for a job, campus job. And graduate student cannot apply for a campus job. So there are certain features that are common, and there are certain other features which are not common, right? And there are some of them more, right? Then definitely this is a good candidate for inheritance. But in situations like this, where you can control something by just introduction of a single variable or a few variables, right? It should not make it into inheritance, not at all. Got it, guys?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
Any question?
Sir,
Yes.
no abstract class.
Say it again. Please use your mic or something like that. Your sound is very low. Or increase your volume.
Is it possible to hear, sir?
Yeah. It's better now.
Sir, yesterday we saw about the setters, right? Magic setters.
Yes.
And like we used that setter as an abstract class, no?
No. We placed that setter into the abstract class. Yes.
Yes. So from that abstraction, we can't be. What is the difference? Like you said, no, the class cannot be superior to an inheritance cannot be superior to abstraction.
What is the difference between what?
Like those abstraction class and inheritance. Like we cannot inherit those abstract class.
Yeah. Deal here is that I'm going to make more classes here. For example, let me start making one of the class, right? Say for example, I come over here. I make another class over here. Where is that?
I think
It's a web programming.
Yeah, this is over here, right? So basically, thank you very much. So we have this PHP classes, and let's make another file. So we are at 7, right? So let's come over here. and let's make a new file. Class dot picture, right, dot php, right? So php, and say we have a class over here, right? And this class is name is picture, right? And let me name it picture 7 so that you know that they are all together. 777 are all together. Rename, where is rename? Here it is.
Yeah.
So picture 7, right? So 777 are together. And let me remove this constructor from here, right? So this is class picture extends. What is the name of the class?
I think it's setter.
Setter, right? Setter, right? And we say that require once class dot setter 7 dot php, right? And here I make protected underscore attributes, sorry, dollar underscore attributes is equal to an array, and say it has ID, it has picture name, picture title, it has picture what, picture title, picture caption, right? It has, what else could a picture has? Picture file name, picture, or just file name. So let's stop saying picture, right? It is making the writing heavy. So title, caption, file name, right? So what else could be associated with the
Dimensions.
file? So file name, dimensions are, yeah, definitely, but I don't want to have them in over here. So file name, and then I want to have
Extension.
extension, right? File extension, file type. What else? File size. Size matters, right? So because it has to go into a disk, and we may want to limit the file size. Okay, what else? Share status. Right? Then we can have owner ID. Right? We can have owner ID. What else? So who is uploading the picture, right? So we need to have owner's ID. What else? So let me show you the attributes, once it comes to attributes. So I just want to give you an idea that how would the attribute look like. Let me take you to Machimek.
Uploaded date. We can set date.
Yeah, uploaded date, yes. Share status is here, yes. Uploading date, yes. Okay, what else? Okay, so this is it, right? And so save it and we come back here. Let me show you, practically how many attributes could be there. So for example, if I come over here in my includes and I show you class.user.
It's near line number 17, 16.
Okay, thank you very much. Where is that? Go up, down.
Here, yeah.
Yeah, this one. Okay, so look. So every user has ID, name prefix, first name, last name, current education level, username, password, email, phone number, street address, address city, address country, zip, last education level, type, comment, right? So basically, so many of them. So don't worry if you think that you're having too many of them. The only thing I would say that they should be independent. Let me show some more to you. If there is some, okay, for example, there would be a class with the name token or promo code, class.promo code, class.tst register, okay, promoter, right? There's a promoter, promo code, right? So this, for example, look how many attributes are there. So ID, promo code, creation time, expression time, good for, general, coaching class ID, attend discount, audit discount, multiple uses, number of uses, promotion ID, promoter ID, promoters commission, right? So this was for affiliate engine, right? Affiliate advertisement engine, right? So promoters commission, cumulative commission, deal offer to promoter, creator ID, who created it, right? Email to name, email to email, and so there could be like a big list of attributes could be there, right? Only thing is that, for example, if you have, for example, this user class and you have first name and last name, so don't try to save full name also, for example. So if you can get something with the help of two things or one thing even, you should not save that other thing into your list of attributes, right? Say for example, if you are having date of birth and you are having age, so it is not good idea. So once you have got date of birth, you should not save age. Are you getting me? Because both are dependent on each other. So this is not the best idea, that you need to have attributes which are kind of dependent on each other, right? So once you are making a class and you have come across the entire design procedure, be very careful that never do not make an attribute which can be obtained by the combination of some other attributes. Right? Got it? Hello, everybody.
Yes, sir.
Other than that, as many attributes you want is fine. Okay, so date loaded on, what else could be here? So for example, file type. Here I am having file type. Don't you think that file type can be obtained from directly from the file extension? Is it so? Hello?
Yes, sir. We can
Yes.
obtain.
Yeah, we can obtain, but don't you think that, for example, if somebody has given a different type, right? Say for example, they have just changed the name from JPG to PNG, but just by changing the extension, you cannot change the type of the file. Type of the file will still be JPG. So I think that you should keep this file type separate. What do you think?
The file type remains with the file only, even if it changes in the
Yes,
name.
definitely. Yeah,
It is
even if
only
you
the
have
name only, but the
no,
file
it is
type.
not the name. Actually, once you upload a file, it provides you with this information that what is the type of the file also. I think it analyzes the, I might be wrong, so somebody wants to correct me if I'm wrong. Hello, Menthan? No idea? Okay, let's search for it. Right now we have got a confusion in our hands. So let's search for it, right? What is that? So we say PHP file load if someone change the file extension, does it change the file type? Okay, let's see.
I don't think someone changed the extension then file change, because every like file has a different size of different size. Let's say
Right,
JPG has like lower than some other file.
right. So what do you think, that the type will not change, right?
No, sir, no, not
It
change.
should not change, yes.
Yeah,
Because format is different, right?
yeah, and every extension have different like size.
Okay. PHP file, okay. Let me search in a different way. Then this is being searched, by the way. I did not notice this thing. Look, I love Microsoft. Why would I love Microsoft? Tell me. If you're from India, you should know.
But user-friendly
Huh?
than Linux. But user-friendly than Linux operating system.
What did you
Because
say?
But user-friendly than Linux operating system.
So the deal is that if Microsoft wants, they would not allow us for a second to use pirated editions. Because they can just stop it, with a click of a button. But they let you use it, and they let you use it and learn it, right? And they have this advantage of it also. What is their advantage?
it's their
Their
product.
advantage is that there is a big workforce which knows Windows and does not know Linux. Right? So once there is a big workforce who knows Windows, so it creates a demand for their operating system and for their systems itself. Making sense?
As you mentioned Indian, I thought of saying that because of the CEO is Indian.
Okay. Because of this thing, Okay. Okay. And same goes in Pakistan also. Okay. So, okay, renaming, handling file upload manual, PHP. Okay. Okay, let's see. So it is going to have file up file error, right? And I want to check this thing. That what are the various attributes they are going to have. Okay. Let's check this over here. Okay. Let's see what is inside it. It's not telling us up front what is inside it. So try to find it out, please. I don't want to spend more time on it. So yeah, it has name and type separate. Can you see? Right? Yeah, it has type separate and name separate, right? So let's assume that our thinking process, our thought process is right. And just by changing the extension, you cannot change the type of the file, right? And this is pretty obvious. So we need to keep this file type over here, right? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. So having said this thing, so these are all various attributes here, right? So these are all various attributes. Now, what do we want? We need to have setters for all these, right? So, but the deal here is that, let me open your folder. The deal here is that, where is setter class 7, right? This is right. So here you can see that all these functions, they are going to come from the setter class. And we don't have to rewrite them all. Are you getting me, Danush?
Yes, sir.
Right? So we don't have to write them. So basically, this is the idea of inheritance again, that we are putting the common features in this setter class, and we are going to inherit from here in all the children classes. Okay, I'm going to do one more thing after that, and it would be further clear. So let me make this picture class, right? So a little bit at least, right? And let me do one more thing before I move on, and that is, I had that ID class, ID set ID function, and for set ID function, I want to do one more thing here. So the deal here is that I'm going to use MySQL as my database, right? For this particular course. For other course, I would be using MongoDB. So, and both of the DBs like MongoDB can be used with Node and PHP both. And similarly, MySQL can be used with, Node and PHP both. So both are versatile. And I love MySQL, by the way. Right? It is like a solid rock. Right? It is like, I don't know why would they develop another database just to make a new version. Everything is so straight and solid in MySQL. And now it has a new field with the name JSON data type, right? And with this JSON data type, they can have every advantage of Mongo over here in MySQL also. And they started with this argument that, okay, we need to have a flexible structure and this and that. and they are using Mongoose, and Mongoose is like strict structure. And then MySQL also provides JSON data type, and it is so great. Okay. So I was saying that I'm using MySQL, and MySQL indexes the elements from 1 onward. So I use 0 for my purposes, just to indicate that this element is not coming from database. So I use 0 also, right? And the dilemma here is that this filter var, filter validate int, does not validate 0. So let me come over here. Let me wrap it within parent, and let me say dollar value equal to 0 or this. So I want to include 0, right? I want to include 0. So if you want to include 0 over there, you can simply exclude it over here, right? So basically, then this should be put here, right? So basically, I want to include 0. Though 0 is not from the database, right? So once we see that ID is 0, it means that this particular element is not coming from the database. Are you getting me, guys? Hello? Okay, great. Great. Okay. So having said this thing, so let me go and populate a little bit. Okay, so once we have done this thing, why don't we do this thing? We copy this all. Copy this, Control C. And let's make a function. And this is also a protected function. And its value is, its name is underscore int validity. Why? Because I'm going to validate other integers also, right? So int validity, right? So this is int validity, and I want to replace this thing over here, paste it. So if this value is 0, right? Or it is like filter var, and then we do this thing. Then return this number. Else throw exception. Else throw exception. Invalid integer, right? And we come over here, and this attribute ID is equal to, so we come over here, we put it in where? Try catch block, right? And we say this is equal to this, try this thing, and if there is an exception, then do what? Then relate. not just relate, but rather have it, and get the message. It will get ID must be an integer, or no, it would have this message invalid integer, and we get that message over here. We say $E get message. So once we got the message, we concatenate it with the name, which is ID, right? And throw it further. And now we need not to have this. Right? Hello, everybody.
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. So we have done so, and let us try it if we have done correctly, or has we broken something already, right? So this is very important, right? So we come over here. Which file we are testing? 7, right? Index 7. So for example, we try to initialize it with 0. Right? For 0, it should work. Oh, fatal error, look. Int validity is unknown. What is the issue? Tell me.
Try catch.
So, okay. So what is the issue?
Try catch.
Oh, try catch is there. Yes. So what is the issue? Yes.
It's a protected function.
So we are using in the same class, no problem.
Oh, sorry, the same class. Yeah.
Yes. So what is the issue? Yes, simple issue. Yes, guys. Simple issue.
We condition set greater than.
No. It's error. Once you want to access the features of the class, you need to use $this. Don't forget it. Okay, simple error. Save it. And as soon as it popped up, I thought, okay, I got it. But I did not give you a chance to read it. Once you read it, you will get the idea that what is the error, right? I purposely flipped the screen, right? Okay, what is this error? Uncall to undefined function, right? It is saying call to undefined function, this one. So I thought that, hey man, I defined it. Why is it saying that undefined function? So either it is a spelling mistake or I did not do this, right? Or I did both wrong. Reload it. Okay, so look, ID is 0, right? And everything is working. We come back here. Let's try to put ID like something else, maybe -1. Save it, right? Come back over here. Just, we are testing the things are good, right? So invalid integer ID, right? So basically exception was thrown, right? Exception was thrown from where? Originally exception was thrown.
Sector 7.
Yeah. No, not there.
Sector
right.
7.
Sector 7, yes, right? So originally exception was thrown from here, invalid integer, right? It was caught over here. Here, the message was extracted and appended with the name of the thing which caused the error, right? And then, it was further thrown out and we got it right over here. Invalid integer and then ID. And let me show you one more thing. Say, for example, somebody comes and try to inject some harmful code. So maybe they want to do this thing. Script. Alert. You are hacked. Script. Nice. So some little bit of JavaScript they want to inject into our code, right? So now if we do so, if we reload it, ID, I need to change the ID. I'm sorry. So maybe ID is 1. Save it. Come back. Reload. Right? So notice undefined property exception. Okay, blah, blah. And what from where it is coming? Class user 7 on line 22. Undefined property. Okay, why is it undefined property?
I think we forgot that basis process. Get message.
Yes, what did you say?
I think we forgot the get message braces object.
What did I? Oh, okay. This is over here. Oh, alert. Yes, alert. No, this is they are not in brace. This is they are in parents, right? So there's something else is wrong. Let's read the error carefully and see that what is wrong. So notice undefined property exception. $get message. Oh, $E. It is $E somewhere, line 22. Some typo. So which is user class, user 7? Huh?
Yeah, it's user class.
User 7,
Class
right?
setter.
So user 7. Okay. And
yes, so the get message curly braces.
yeah, where get message is not having
Braces.
yes. So this is this error, right?
Yeah.
So look, the testing, we were thinking that we have done good job here, but we had a few typos here and there, right? So this is we are testing the scenarios, right? So this is we are testing the scenarios. We are testing that if we have something good, something wrong, right? But we did not check for the string, so now we are checking for the string, right? Save it, and let's come back here, reload it. So invalid string first name, right? If we don't authenticate, for example, right? If we don't authenticate, we come over here, say we don't want to authenticate, we just want to save it, right? Where is set first name? So this is the first name. So instead of doing all this hassle, let's do this thing. Right? Save it for a second. And let's come back over here. Let's reload it. Right? You are hacked. So just by having a little bit of negligence, right, your hacker is able to inject harmful code into your code. So this is like, simple innocent alert, you are hacked. So if somebody is able to inject your hacked alert message into your code, right, they can inject all sort of things into your code. And your site can be fully, totally hacked, totally doomed. So just by closing this door, right, if you just close this door right over here, so remove this line, and save it. And now if you load it again, right, look, it is not allowing you to inject that harmful code into your system. It is catching it, right, and saying that invalid string, I don't want to let it go. Got the idea, guys?
Yes, sir.
So if somebody can inject, a harmless JavaScript into your code, they can definitely inject a very dangerous JavaScript into your code. They can inject such a JavaScript that they can actually, dump all your database, for example, right? So, or they can even delete your database. This is very important that once you are making code, it must be secure. Right, guys? Hello, everybody.
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. So coming back over here, so we have made this thing, and I was just checking that get message is showing up without parents somewhere else. Okay, so this is pretty much it. Okay, so we have got this set email. Okay, we have this thing, and then we have setter class, and within setter class, let me check also. So we have in protected function, check integer validity, string validity, right? These functions are also here. And we have magic setter, we have magic getter. Very good. Okay. And we were setting up this particular class, which is pictures 7, class picture. So we need not to make set ID, right? But we need to make set owner ID, right? So we come over here, we say, what will you say? We say function. So this is again protected function underscore set underscore owner ID. Now what should I do?
Integer validity, we can
So we can do this thing. Actually, we can do better, but let's don't make it further abstract. We can do this thing that we can copy this integer and paste it over here. So we can do better by not duplicating this code, but let's live with it for now, right? And let's modify it a little bit. So it is calling this integer validity and managing the exception, so not a big deal. And here we'll say owner ID. Owner ID. So this is something which is wrong, right? And then we have got this setter. And what setter we want to have, for example, set title. So let's, what should I copy? Maybe set first name.
So PHP is not case sensitive.
PHP is case sensitive, definitely.
The owner ID is capital O here.
Here, my dear, the deal is that, okay, I make it small.
Okay, it's a,
but
okay,
this is a string, right?
That's
This is
a string, sorry.
Right? Not a big deal here.
Yes, correct, sorry.
Okay, no problem, no problem. Thank you very much for paying attention, actually. Okay, so I want to set, for example, I want to set title, right? So set title. So let me bring set first name. Where is the set first name? Set first name, right? So let me bring it in. Right? and this is set first name. So instead of set first name, we need to have set title, right? And attributes, and here you have title. So
I guess we didn't extend the setter class.
yeah, so maybe we need to have 256 here, right? And first name also, let's go. Look, sometimes we are experimenting with our code, and some remnants of the code live over there. This is not good, right? So we may have 256, right? And later we are going to have it from somewhere. 256, right? Okay. Save it. Okay. So we have got set title, right? We have got set title, and here also we need to change to the first name. Title is wrong. Okay. What else is there? Caption, right? So basically you can write the rest of the setters, right? I will invite you to write the rest of the setters. But if somebody can do this thing, that instead of writing all these setters, we write a common setter. We write a common setter, and once we have that name is there, that common setter is called and does our work. Are you getting me? So these setters are very similar. For example, here set title setter is very similar to set caption setter. So can we merge them all into one setter? So yeah, this is something you can think about, and you can give me the answer for that.
Yeah.
Any questions so far? So so basically, what's your good name? It is Dinesh. So basically, I was answering your question that why do we need to have a setter class, and why should we inherit from there? Now the deal is here that we have this picture class, which is very different than the user class, but both have common features. So we have placed those common features into setter class.
Yes, sir.
And inherited from there. So if we have to make any changes in the common features, we don't have to go and change them in all over the places. We can go ahead and change them over here in this setter class.
Yes, sir.
Right? I will think that you guys are going to do this thing, and you are going to populate the rest of the setters, right? I would love to see them by tomorrow. Let me do one more thing. So what is our model for now? Let me make a draw. So let me make drawing for you. Let me draw for you. Okay, so I come over here. So what is our current structure? So current structure is like this. We have a setter class, and we are inheriting from this setter class into a user class. and into a picture class. Right? And now I'm going to do one more thing, that I am going to make a class with the name DB object, DB obj. What would be the purpose of this class? That look, a user is ultimately going to go sit into database. A picture is going to go and ultimately sit into the database, right? All these are going to go and sit into the database. So here in this particular class, DB object class, I'm going to write DB related functions. Insert into DB, change into DB, write into DB, right? Update into DB, all the CRUD operations, CRUD, if you are familiar. Create, what is that? Create,
Read.
huh?
Read, sir.
Read, create, read, update, and delete, right? So basically we are going to do all these operations here, and those operations I am going to put in this DB object class. And I'm not going to put these DB related features into setter class. So I'm going to have those DB related features into DB object class, and this class is going to get connected with our database. And for this connection, I'm going to have a helper class with the name PDO. Right? So this is the helper class over here, which will help us to get connected with the database. So question here is that why don't I want to merge these two into this, right? Why? Because I'm not inheriting anything else from DB object class. So ideally speaking, it may happen that I can merge DB object class into setter class. So why don't I want to do this thing?
Due to security reasons, probably.
This is not security reason.
Because
so look, yeah, please. Huh?
We might end up in creating a class which is nowhere related to setter class. So that class also you want to access the DB object. So we are creating DB object as a different class.
So probably you are right. I think that you want to say the right thing. So the deal here is that there is one more principle of object-oriented programming, and that principle says that there should not be more than one reason to make changes into a class. So for example, if we want, we make a very big fat class, DB object class and setter class combined. So what will happen that if we want to have DB related changes, we have to go and make changes in that class. If we want to have some changes in the setter, we have to go and change in that class, right? So basically we are making this extra inheritance level so that we don't have multiple reasons to touch a class. Because classes, once they are made, they are like foundations of your project. They should lay, flat, relaxed, never to be touched again. So if you are in a need to touch these classes again and again and again, it means that something is wrong with your design. Probably you did not make a well thoughtful design, right? And a well thoughtful design demands this thing, that once you need to touch a class, you should have one reason to touch a class. You should not have multiple reasons to touch a class, right? So this is the main reason that I'm not going to put this DB related features into the setter class. Rather, I'm going to inherit from the DB object class, DB obj class, and I am going to put all the DB related features in the DB object class, right? And one more thing, Now you might be wondering here that, you know, once you have to save a user, your SQL command might be different from once you have to do the same thing with a picture. But once we will construct this DB object class, you will get to learn this thing, that how can you design these functions in such a way that they would be universal and they can be used for every kind of class, no matter what. Right? So this is something we are going to learn. So the advantage here is, say for example, you are working with DB and you want to make some change, or you want to examine the working of a particular DB related function. You don't have to, you know, pan around in all these classes. You can go straight and go to DB object class and make changes over there. Right? So all your DB related operations are gonna go and sit in this class. Right? So this is ideal design. Are you getting me? So basically, you know, this is like small structure, but it needs, you know, it takes some skill and effort to make such design. So next thing we are going to learn is that how can we make this design? So let me start today with the construction of DB object class, and then, you know, we will have a little bit of quiz session with you. So, and then we will say goodbye. Okay. So this is the agenda for the next of the lecture. Right, guys?
Yes.
Any question?
Yes.
Okay. So let me come over here. So this is setter 7 class, and we are done with it. We are done with it. So let's say that this abstract class setter extends DB OBJ class, right? Or maybe you can call it DBO class, right? Do you want to call it DBO? OBJ, right? Okay. So this class, and now if I try to compile, it would be an error. Right? It was saying that this class is not available, so we have to make this class. So we make this class, we come over here, we say new file, class dot db obj dot php, right?
Capital D.
I keep all the you know, file names small. Okay, this is my practice, that I keep all the file names small. I don't like to use capital in file names, right?
But you have write the extension to capital, sir. The file name as capital over there.
Where?
The previous, we have extended the class, sir.
Mean to say over here?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, class name is definitely capitalized. It is not an issue. Okay, class
okay,
name
sorry,
definitely.
okay, yes,
Yeah,
I
no
got
problem. No problem. You are good, my dear. So where is that? Has gone. Okay. So DB object class, right? And here we write PHP. And we say this is a class. Right? And class name is DB OBJ. And it is not extended any other class. And here in the setter 7, maybe we also call it 7, so that so that you understand that these are all set of 7 we are working together with, right? And let's remove this function for now. Or, we can have an empty constructor here. Right? And extend this, and we need to tell require once class dot db obj7 dot php.
So can
Right?
you use include once in the place of require once?
This is very good question. Actually, there are like 4 things: require once, include once, right? So what is the difference? First of all, require once means that, for example, if you are requiring here, you are requiring here, you are requiring here, and requiring through the thread of requirements, right? If a class is already included, you will not include it again.
Okay.
Right? If a code, general, let's talk general. So if a code is already included, you will not include it again, right? So that's the reason that for classes we use require once, right?
Yeah. Also, require once give error, like fatal error, and include once just give warnings.
Yeah. Let me tell you the entire story, right? So basically, require once will require it only once. Whereas if you use require, not require once, just require. So what will happen that, say it is a piece of code you required here and here and here also. So it would be placed at all 3-4 points.
Okay.
Where require once will not put them at multiple points, right? So for example, you not only require classes, you may require some kind of design elements also. And say you want to put those design elements at multiple places, then require once will not work, require will work.
For using once, we use require once.
Just for using once, we require once, right?
Yeah.
Now, what is the difference between require and include, right? So require is strict. So once you have said require, if it is not available, it is an error.
Yeah.
Okay. But if you have said include, if it is not found, it is not an error. Right? The system will keep on working on the rest of the thing. And the difference between include and include once is same analogically as the difference between require and require once.
Okay.
Right? Got it?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Thank you very much for a good question, right? So I was saying that I have required it once over here, and that's pretty much it, right? This class is empty. I will populate it, but I have provided that placeholder. So saved it, and our code should be running now. Right? So basically our code is now running. And you can see this thing. Look. First name alert, you are hacked. So basically, we actually gave that script and everything. So filter has actually squashed that thing and converted into a string. Can you see this thing? Right? We probably did not mention this thing previously. So, but now you can see that it is in action, right? And once more, if I want, okay, now you can experiment with it. Okay. Got it, guys? Any question? Okay, let me share this code with you guys. So I come over here. So I say cd space dot cd odp summer of 2020, right? And I say get status, so many things. So get add dot get commit -m. What did we do today? Discussed inheritance, right? So we discussed inheritance today. And git push. So somebody wants to share the screen to get, so that we can see that you are getting the code right. Other than Dinesh.
So last time we discussed that we will create some conflicts and we'll try to merge the
Yeah. Okay, yes, you're right. So I want to, okay, let's do this thing. So for example, who wants to give this example? So Ankit Rao, you want to share your screen?
I just fetched, sir.
Oh, you have already fetched. So who did not fetch so quickly? Yes.
I did.
Who didn't?
I didn't fetch the.
Okay, you better share your screen.
Yes, sir. You need to give me the authorization.
Oh, I have already given, I believe. Yes.
No, you cannot stop.
I need to stop share, sorry. Yes. You are on Mac or Windows machine?
On Windows.
And you are not using Vim, right? Do you have Vim?
I have.
You have what?
You are saying WAMP server?
Vim.
No, I don't. No.
No problem. Then it's good, right? I don't like Vim that much. Okay, CLS. Okay, so git status.
Okay. I'm in my code branch, so I have made
let
some.
Let me see. What is this? Okay, git branch. No. Git branch just.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
Git branch. Enter. So you are on my code branch, right? So you are not on master branch. So clear screen CLS and write git.
To master.
No. Git status. Sorry, git add dot. Enter. And one more thing. Show me your
Atom.
Yeah, editor. And look, there's a change, unsaved change is there. So go back to these files and save changes.
Yesterday I tried to merge master with my code, so there were some conflicts.
Okay, let me see. Let me show you, right? So go and save all the files. If there is one more remaining, go to the left. Yeah, close them all.
I'll
This
close
is good
if
practice.
any save required, it will ask.
They save this one also.
Yes.
Yeah, go back and again run git add dot. Right? Now check git status. Right? So these are all commits we need to do. So git commit -m within quotes, whatever the changes were about, you can mention that. Meaningful message, please.
Yeah. I didn't change much. I tried to merge the files. I don't know why.
Okay. Whatever you have done, just mention it. Okay. Git status. Right. On branch, my code, nothing to commit, working tree is clean. Right. Very good. Git checkout master. It is not git branch master, git checkout master.
Yes, sir. Right.
Right. So git branch master will try to make a branch with the name master, and since this branch is already there, so it will not try. So now check git status. So your branch is up to date because it is comparing your branch with your branch origin/master, your own origin/master.
Yes, sir.
Right. So if you say git branch -a, git branch -a, you can see all these branches, right? So it is checking your master branch with origin/master branch as saying that is up to date. Very good. Clear screen, CLS. Go to your editor. and open index 7, right? Index 7, right? And here, let me make, so for example, here I made changes like Frank, instead of Frank, you write some other name. Okay, save it,
Save.
right? You have saved it, very good. Okay, now do one more thing. Here, create another file.
In the PHP classes?
Yeah, here, yes. So maybe name anything like text file, maybe your name.txt.
.php?
Yes. Put some material, just, right? Save it,
Yes.
save it,
Saved.
and okay,
Yeah.
saved, and go back to your command line and git status. Git status. So git add dot git commit -m within course test changes, testing for just changes for testing or whatever you want to write, right? And clear screen CLS and git status. So it is saying your branch is ahead of origin/master, because origin/master is at that point whatever you fetched previously, whereas this branch master has gone up a commit, right?
Yes.
Okay, now what has happened? Let me share my screen for a minute and then share it back.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me share screen, share. So look, so something like this has happened, that this is your master branch. This is your master branch. And this is your origin/master branch. They were at the same level. They were same, right? Because you merged it here, so they were same, right? And now, just now, what have you done over here is that you have made a commit here. Now this is like this, right? Hello?
Yes.
Now there is a remote repository where I'm committing, right? That remote repository was, so this is over the internet, right? So the remote repository was sitting here. So this was equal to this, and this was equal to this, so everything was kind of same, right? But today what I have done here is that I made a commit here, right? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Now, as you will do now, git fetch origin space master. So what will happen that this red commit is gonna go and come over here, right? Once you will do, what are you going to do? Git fetch origin space master. So these two are gonna become same. But issue will come that as you will try to merge this thing into this, it will complain that, hey, this guy over here is different than this guy. So now I have to resolve the conflicts that how do you want to merge, right? Hello.
Yes, sir.
So let's see that how to resolve these conflicts, right? So we come back here. We come back. So for example, you want to preserve these changes, right? So you come here. Okay, let me share, stop share, sorry. Stop share. And or share your screen.
Yes.
And you say git fetch origin space master. Right, so it has fetched. So now you check the status, git status. On branch master, your branch and origin staff master have diverged. They are not diverged, right? They are different, right? They are diverged, right? And have 1 and 1 difference commit each, right? So you have 1 commit here, 1 commit here, extra, right?
Yes.
So now you have to merge, right? So before you merge, now you have to make up your mind that what are you going to do? Look, our intention here that your master branch should reflect my code, right? But you don't want to miss your code also.
Yes.
Right? So you come over here, you are sitting on the master branch, you say git branch and name it my space, my code on master. Then don't put space.
Okay.
My code on master on June 17. Right? So, right? So you are making a branch, right? That you go hit enter. So unshare, please. So let me share. So once you have done so, what has happened that here, right over here, you have made a branch, new branch that you have just named. So even if this code is going to change, you can always refer to this code by going back to this branch. Right? Are you getting me? Hello?
Yes.
Okay. So let me show you this in practical. So let me stop share and let me share you, right? Share back.
Yes.
So here now you are ready for merge. So you say git merge origin/master. Okay, so it is saying auto merging, progressing, blah blah, conflict, right? Merge conflict in PHP classes index.php, right? So it is telling that auto merge fail, fix conflicts, and then commit the result, right? So you go back into that PHP classes /index7.php. It is telling you there's conflict over there, and yeah. So look, it will tell you that what is the conflict. No, index 7.
Sorry. Yes.
Yeah. So look, it is highlighting that conflict over here, right? So it is telling you that this is your code. This is the code coming from there. Right? So what do you want? So for example, you want to keep my code because this branch is for me. So you say that use me, right? So this is the code coming from me. So we want to use this one, use me. So is it clickable? Sorry, click it. I don't have the control.
If I want to use your code, then I'm clicking yours.
Yes, use me.
Okay.
right? So once you click use me, so it has replaced that code with my code,
Yes, sir.
right? And once it has, look, it has not caused conflict to the new file you have created here,
Yeah.
right? Because we are merging from one branch to here. So whatever conflicting during the merge will cause problem,
Yes, sir.
right? So that extra file, I don't have that file. So basically, this file is not going to create trouble. So it means that after merger, it is not guaranteed that you have the replicated code. There might be some differences which were not conflicting,
Yes, sir.
right? So basically we have made these changes. We have resolved the conflict. Go back over there and say git commit. And yeah, message is that commit after the resolution of conflicts. So what does it say? Error committing to, because you have, okay, right. So just say git commit. It is not accepting the message.
Okay, I'm sorry.
What does it say?
I just put git commit. I did not. I forgot to put. I missed to put the -m.
Just a minute. No, it should not be the case. Let us read the message. On my files, okay, git add, remove file, git add, appropriate, okay, not use the full procedure.
I think I have not saved the file after use me.
No,
I
I
I,
think, okay,
I
please save
used
it.
it, but I did not save it.
Save it, please.
Yes, sorry.
So save it and
I
just
saved
write
it.
git commit. I think
See,
it should be git commit.
yeah, the first one I'm using. Commit after the
Yeah,
resolution.
yeah, okay.
It's
So,
still
okay, clear screen. Clear screen
Sir,
CMS.
it is unmerged, so we have to add first. Like
Yeah,
yes.
okay, whatever. Yeah, it is so small that I cannot read it. So whatever it is saying, do that, right?
Yeah.
So
First
git add,
check git status.
git status. Okay, yeah, this is good. Git status.
yeah,
Yeah,
this
so
one.
we have
Yeah.
to add this file, modify.
Yeah, we have to add this file definitely.
Yes.
And git commit,
Yes.
right? Commit after the resolution of the conflict, right? Okay. So git status. Your branch is ahead of origin/master by 2 commits, right? Use git push, etc. So basically, why is it ahead now? Because you have merge and you have your own changes also, right?
The extra
So,
text.php file.
so if you try to merge, just write git merge origin/master. It should merge without any issue now. Already up to date, right? So very good. So you are able to merge, right? And you have got my code. Now say, for example, you want to go back to your code, right? So you can say git branch, just git branch, enter. And you can say, okay, close that file over there in the editor.
All the files.
Yes. And go back over there and say git checkout, whatever the file name was, whatever the branch name was. Right? So you are on this branch, go back, check in the editor. And
It's mine.
this is your code.
Yes.
Automatically, right? And you go back and go back to git checkout master. So go back, check that file and
Yeah.
this file. Magic, right? So if you
Actually,
think that this branch is like, waste of space and energy, you can go back in command prompt and git branch -d for delete space and write the name of the branch.
Okay.
Right? So git branch. So that branch is gone.
So basically we have created one more branch to swap it.
Then we created one more branch just in case we need that version of the code.
Okay.
Right? So we were merging something with the conflicts. So once conflict will be resolved, this would be altogether a new thing.
Okay.
But we wanted to keep that version also.
Yes.
And we wanted to make a reference, easy reference to that version.
Yes. Yes.
So
Right.
why it is saying your branch is ahead of original master? Because like master and original master is now same.
Yes, now
Like
they are same, right? So now
so
they should not say so.
yeah, still it's saying your branch
If
is
it is
ahead
still
of.
saying it, I'm a little bit, worried about it. I think that it is because you have your own code also like this, an extra file is there, right?
Okay.
So origin stat master has not that extra file over there. So the code is not replica of each other,
Right.
right? So let me show you one more thing. For example, you can come over here and you can say git log.
I mean, shall I do it, sir? You want to share the screen?
Git log. Look, this is the log of all the commits you have done on the master, right? And this number over here, it is the hash of that commit. So because it is hash, you cannot back out that, hey, I did not make this commit, or this was not my commit, somebody has changed it, because this is the hash. If somebody will make a little bit of change, this hash will not match. And you can go back to these commits which we have made by using this hash, or you can say, even if you don't want to write all full hash, you can write first few characters of this hash, and by using these first few characters of this hash, you can go back to that branch, back to that commit, right? But we name various commits just because of this thing that we should be able to go back easily, right? Got it? I think it's enough for today, and I will see you all tomorrow. Take good care of yourself, look through the code and see if you can contribute to it, right? Okay, take good care of yourselves, and I'll see you all tomorrow. If you have some, you want to have me for office hours, you can stay in this conversation still, okay? You have a good day. Goodbye.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Take care. Welcome.